Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah, sir, you can start now, sir.
Okay. Can you see the slide, ma'am? Students. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, my dear students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. So, you are all warm welcome to the second session of the biology classes. Okay. Yesterday, what we have see? Anybody else? Last class. What are the portion we discussed? Will you please? What is the chapter?
So we're doing sexual reproduction.
So, what is that? Sexual reproduction.
We are doing reproduction, sir, and then, like you were discussing the basics of reproduction, and then you told us about protists and
Yeah, yeah. Good, good. Super, super.
reproduction.
Oh, good. Super. So, I ask some questions before we start the lesson. How much you understand from our past? Okay. And who is the name? Arumuga Sangar.
Sir.
So, will you please answer the question? Okay. Give an examples of polyembryony. Give an examples of polyembryony.
Citrus, sir.
Citrus. Okay. Okay. Good. Super. Okay. And who is that? Ajay? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
So last question, yo. Oh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the three phases of fertilization?
So pre-fertilization, during the fertilization, and post-fertilization, sir.
Yeah. Pre-fertilization, at the time of fertilization, and post-fertilization. Good. Super. Nice. Okay. And shall we go to the next one? I will ask the remaining persons in between. Okay. Okay. See. Last what we discussed. See that one? See. What is by vegetative propagules? Anybody else? What is by vegetative propagules? Madhumita? Anybody? Madhumita?
Reproduction takes place at any other part of the plant body.
So, what are the plant part? Do you know? What are the plant parts? They have the ability to produce the vegetative. Okay, super. Nice. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So, last class, what we have discussed, so vegetative reproductions. What are the parts? Root, stem, leaf, and flowers. Okay, they are all called as vegetative propagules. When it grow under suitable environmental condition, it will be grow as a new plant. Already you know, that's why it is called as vegetative reproductions. Vegetative part of the plant body. Any part, root, stem, leaf, and flowers. Okay. They ask the question in NEET. They are only one plant or one parent or more than one parent involved in this process. Kavya? Hello? During the vegetative reproduction, how many parents are involved? Whether it may be only one parent or more than one parent or two parents, like that, I asked.
So may I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Only one parent, sir.
So, okay. Okay. If the plants are identical, similar to that of the parent?
Yes, sir. They're genetically identical, sir.
Genetically, because the question is so many times they were asked in NEET. Okay. So, you don't forget these points. Very important things. Shall we pass on to the next one? See here. These are the plant pots. Already you know about. Already yesterday we taught these things, isn't it? Okay. Then the natural method of vegetative propagations, and also what is that? The vegetative propagation is also divided into two. One is called as natural and another one is called as artificial. Natural means already you know about. It is mostly present in the nature aspects. Artificial, otherwise called as, what is that meaning? Man-made. Okay, man-made. Example, so many things comes under this heading, artificials. Taken examples of tissue culture. Okay, cutting, layering, grafting. These are all are comes under the headings known as artificial vegetative propagations. We will see one by one. Okay, see, natural vegetative propagation already we discussed. What are the parts is there? See the slide. Natural vegetative propagation include the following parts of the plant. Already I asked the questions. See the root and stem and leaves and bulbils and also thorns. Particularly the stem, there are two parts is that. One is called as underground stem and subaerial stem and aerial. Okay, here only there are three things is also very, very important things. Underground stem means below the soil. Subaerial means above the soil, but it is not the aerial part. Okay, the last one is called as aerial part. These are all essential for the natural vegetative propagations process. As a result, what will happen? Commercial purpose, they produce a new plant. Okay, see. What is the next one? So first one is called as root. Let us discuss one by one. Already we discussed the above. What are the content is that? First one is root. Taproot branches can develop adventitious bud. You must note it down here. Very, very important. These adventitious buds from new plant. That is very, very important. Suppose take an example. When you are going to plant in favorable conditions, the root, particularly the taproot is also there. The taproot produce the, what is that? Adventitious buds. The adventitious buds grow as a new plant, similar to that of the which one? Whatever it may be. For example, suppose when you are going to plant a Dalbergia langifolia, poplar, these are the plants, okay, all planted as a root. So you will get the, what you know, they produce the adventitious bud. The adventitious buds also, what is that? It grows a new plant. Okay, likewise, some of the fleshy roots, some of the plants storage of foods, that is also comes under the condition underground root modification. Anybody else? What are the types of roots is there? Mr. Mukesh, will you please? What are the underground root modification? Do you know? Any other, please? Okay, so take an examples of beetroot, carrot, and also another one is called as radish. These are all are considered the getting known as, what is that? Fleshy roots, storage of foods. Okay, their shape will be different. That's why they have given us a corresponding name. One is called as conical form. The carrot is an examples. Hello, and navy form. It's look like a, what is that? Bulb-like structures, and radish is also another one. So these are all having the things similar to that of the another vegetative propagation. For example, here also the adventitious roots buds arises from the fleshy roots. Both are same, but here the root it will be how it know. It will be know in fleshy manner. That's why I will show you here. The see the diagram below. This is an example of Dahlia. Dahlia is one of the flower, already you know about. Okay, it has a, what is a fleshy root. When you are going to dig the what is that fleshy roots, and after that it also placed in the favorable conditions, transport to the one place to another place. Suppose if it is from the Kodaikanal, we may plant it into the Madurai also. Okay, when it planted in a favorable condition, it grow into many, what is that, fleshy roots. Each fleshy roots also having so many, what is that, advantageous buds. The advantageous buds also, again, it will be grow as a new plant. So these are all are very, very important things. So they may ask the questions, and root which is used as a vegetative propagations, like that they may ask. So at the time you have to give the answer, advantageous buds. Okay, see the slide below. I have given as a dahlia. Not only that, and also sweet potato. Sweet potato also same, and also asparagus. These are all are considered getting fleshy roots. Okay. So next, students, see that this is the structures. This is the old stem, new shoot from arises from the previous one. Buds on the root tubes and tubers, swollen root act as a storage structure. Already told you. Okay, storage structures means the food storage, store in the root. Okay, go to the next one. See the underground stem. First one is root. Already we studied. Underground stem means below the soil. Here, what are the things? You know, the stem tubers. Tubers means you know about potato. Potato also one of the carbohydrate containing food materials. It is also one of the vegetative propagated foods. They may ask the questions compared to the past three, you know, already I discussed. Which one? Beetroot, carrot, and radish. Addition with this, potato is also given. Which one is the add one? Will you please? Which is the add one? Give me the answer. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Could you repeat the question, sir?
Once again, repeat for you. Beetroot, okay, and carrot, and third one is called as what is the radish, and fourth one is potato. Which one is the add one? Which is the add one among the following?
So potato.
Potato, sir.
How it is?
So it stores starch and it's an underground stem, sir.
Yeah, very good. Because beetroot as well as the carrot as well as the radish also, yeah, one of the, which one you know? It is a modification of underground root, but potato only the underground stem. Very good, super. Okay. See here, underground stem. The stem tubers, they form a new plant in the region of the nodes or eyes. Okay, because the potato also having a small eye lids like structures. There is small bud is there. The bud is also a, what is that? Which type of bud? They ask the questions. I think it's a 2017 NEET original question paper. Just go and refer it. You'll get the answer. So the eye spot is also called as axillary bud. Okay. So example, potato. Next one is bulb, corm, and also colocasia, rhizome. These are all are comes under the headings known as underground stem modifications. Okay, underground stem modifications. Okay, go to the next one. Bulb. Bulb is also a one of a, what is that? Underground stem. The buds present inside the bulb sprout to form a new plant. For example, garlic. Already you know, but garlic is also one of a underground stem modifications. Onion is also one of the stem modifications. Narcissus is also one of the stem. So when you are going to plant a new onion plant, what will you do? There is a seed bulb of onion you have to plant. Then you will get that otherwise called as seed onion, like that they told you. It is also one of the underground stem modification. And garlic is also same. Okay. Next, third one is called as corm. Corm is also one of the underground stem modification. It is an unbranched swollen stem bearing many buds. Combs. Okay. Combs. Example, take an example, Colocasia, crocus. Okay. Amorphophilus. These are all are considered getting known as combs. They ask so many times above the two things, the bulb as well as the potato also having what is that buds, but in this category swollen stem bearing many buds from a new plant, for example Amorphophilus and Colocasia crocus. And the last one, rhizome. So rhizome is also one of the underground stem modification. You know about the ginger and turmeric and banana. When you are going to study the monocot plant, okay, when you are going to study the monocot plant, the banana is an example. Okay, that banana is also one of the vegetative propagation with the help of a rhizome. Okay, and also the ginger also, turmeric also, but particularly it is a specialized structure because it is a monocot. These two also what is that, dicot or monocot? Will you please? These are all are monocot, particularly rhizome, banana. Okay, it has so many buds in on the tip. It is grow as a new one. Okay, when you are going to plant the new banana or ginger or turmeric under the vegetable propagation, you have to plant the seeded ginger. That is means rhizome. Rhizome we have to plant. Then only we'll get the new plants. Okay. See the diagram. These are the underground stem modifications. What are the things? First one is called as rhizome. This is a structure already available so many times. There is a space is there. In between there is a space. That space is called as, each one is considered a node. In between two node, there is a space is there, that is called as internode. And these are the roots. Okay, these are the roots. It is also started from any part of the plant body, that is called as adventitious roots. The tip of the rhizomes, what happened, there is a small bud-like structure. That bud also produces their shoots. Okay, correspondingly. This is also. One more is that the rhizome, there is a small, what is that? Leaf-like structure present every node. The leaf-like structure is called as what? Will you please, anybody else? Matimita? The rhizome, a small leaf-like structure present in the every node. Okay. What is that name? Anybody else?
Scale leaves, sir.
Pardon, ba?
So, I'm not sure, sir, but is it
louder?
scaly leaves?
Yeah.
Scaly leaves.
Correct. 100% correct. Scaly leaves. Yes, good. So it's a correct answer because already they asked the question also. Scaly leaves. Okay, each and every questions, which one I am asking, that is comes from the NEET original question paper. So follow it. Okay. And nearest one already in our bulb already in our board. This is called as adventitious roots and followed by a stem. Okay, and then above part is called as leaf portions. Okay, base of the scap. And then comb also, there are so many, what is that, vegetable, buds also there. Okay, there are so many buds is there. Each and every buds gives a new, what is that, leaf structures. And tubers already in our body, it is also underground, what is that, stem modifications. All are considered getting underground stem modifications. Okay, see here there are so many eye spots is there, but it here doesn't view. Okay, the eye spots, they are having a small bud-like structure that is called as axillary bud. Okay, then they are going to study the phytohormones. Do you know phytohormones? What are the phytohormones already studied? Anybody else?
So, auxin, gibberellin,
Yeah.
abscisic acid.
Okay, good. How will you stop the growth of the potato during the storage purpose? Because commercial purpose, they body has so many bundles, isn't it? They store in a storeroom, isn't it? Suppose if it is grow, what happen? It is not used for the commercial purpose, isn't it? That time what they will do? How they prevent the sporulation? That's why I asked the, what is that? Plant hormones. They spray the, which one you know? Gibberellic acid. What happen? Automatically will be stunted the growth of the plant. Okay. So I will discuss later in phytocorpus. Okay. Come to the point. So already we discussed stem modifications. First one is called as underground stem modification. Here, the first example has given rhizome, example ginger, and also bulb, example onion, garlic, and corm, colocasia, amorphophilus, and another one is called as tuber, example potato. These four, they may be shuffled in match the following questions. So many times they asked match the following, these type of things. Okay. Second one is subaerial modification. What is the meaning of subaerial modification? Means above the soil and below the aerial part of the plant. That means what are the branches arises in the lateral things, they are all called as what is that? Subaerial modifications. I will show you one by one. From this heading, what are the content is there now? Runner, sucker, stolen, and offset. Once again, runner, sucker, stolen, and offset. This is also another match the following question. So many times they were asked. Runner example they have given synodon, sorry. And sucker example they have given us a chrysanthemum and musa. Stolen, jasmine, and colocasia. Offset, pistia. Once again repeat for you. Offset is pistia. Very, very, very important things. And icornia. Okay. And third one is called as aerial modifications. Aerial modification means the upper part, whether it may be a axillary bud. Axillary bud is also considered getting subaerial modification. The aerial part means taken examples of the tip of the stem. Okay, how it will be? The tip of stem is also converted into tendril. Example, passiflora. There, and also another one is called as thorn. Sometimes well about that. The stem, the axillary buds also converted into what is that? Thorn. Example, citrus, agile. Okay, these are the example. And another one is called as phylloclad. What does it mean by phylloclad? It is also one of the aerial modification of the, what is that? Stem or leaf. It is also one of the stem modifications. Okay. Phylloclad. Example, opensia and coco loba. Coco loba, like that they have given. Okay, these are the different names. So just note it down. Phylloclad, opensia is enough. And cladode, asparagus and ruscus. Okay, and then last one is called as, what is that? See, okay. Last one is called as Diosora agave. Okay, this is also another type of aerial modification. Okay. See, these are the things. The plant is the plant divided into three parts according to their vegetative propagation. Take an example, stem modifications. This is called as underground stem. Below the soil is called as underground part. And subaerial part. Subaerial part means above the soil and below the aerial part. This is called as, what is that? Subaerial part. Aerial means the first. Aerial means the tip of the plant is called as aerial part. Okay. See, go to the next one. See the same one. I have given us a chart. The modification of stem, aerial and subaerial and underground modification. Tendril, phylloclad, thorn and bulbil and cladode, runner, stolen, offset, sucker, and rhizome, tubers, and corm and bulb. These are all very, very important. You must note it down. These two things is very, very, very important. These things already you know one. Okay, but anyhow, you must know the what are the modification is there, example is there. Okay, so you just note it up these things. It is also very, very important. Go to the next one. See, subaerial modifications. Subaerial modifications, see here, first one is called as runner. What is the meaning of runner? Who is the winner? Followed the person is called as runner, isn't it? Likewise, they are special narrow green horizontal branches that develop at the base of the crown and root at intervals where new crowns are also formed. For example, lawn grasses. They ask the questions. Which one you know? The runner, first one. Okay. Here they may ask the question like that, you know, which one is grow is a horizontal branches that develop at the base of the ground and the root at intervals, like that they ask the questions. Where new crowns are also formed, for examples, lawn grasses. Lawn grasses. See the diagram here. This is called as a, what is a main plant. So here this is the crown is a, followed by there is a root also originated. This is the main stem. Okay, it started from the one branches to another branch, that is called as node. We may call it as a node. In between there is a, what is a small branches of stem is there. This is called as, what is a runner. Above the soil there is a small horizontal green branches. Okay, it is when it touches the ground, what happens? It grows a new plant. Okay, that is called as runner. Example, you must note runner. What is the nature of the plant? Examples. Okay, it is very, very important. Okay, next one. See, stolen. Stolen or also called as a runner. It is similar to that of the runner. See the structure, both the slide is also similar. Examples also similar, but the plant will be vary. Okay, in botany, a stolen also called a runner. In botany, a stolen also called a runner. Is a slender stem that grow horizontally, similar to that of the runner, along the ground, giving rise to roots and aerial branches at a specialized point called node. Already I told you. This is called as a stolen. See that? This is the main part, adventitious roots also there. The stem is also, which one? Transfer from the one place to another. Transfer, no, it will be grow in the towards the above the soil like that, or along the ground. Along the ground means attached with the ground. Okay, and also giving stems that grow in horizontally. This is called as horizontally. Okay, and the aerial part will be which one? It's a vertical manner. Okay. Branches at the specialized point is called, this one is mother plant, and also this is called runner. When it touches the ground, here the vertical, what is that? Vertical branches originated. That point is called as, what is that? Node. They are special or structures above the ground, horizontal browns that develops at the base of the crown and help in the vegetative propagation. Example, strawberry. They ask the questions. Stolen is also called as a runner. It is also called, it is also not called as a runner, like that they may ask. It is a, and then example, strawberry. Strawberry, you must note it down. It's a very, very important text. Next one. See that another example has given here. This is the main plant. Already showed in the stem modification, subaerial area like that, you know. This is called a stolen. Above the soil, there is a, what is a horizontal. This one is called as vertical. Okay, like that, wise. Okay, go to the next one. And that one is called a sucker. I think the sucker is also a, like as a runner. It is also one of the another runner. All the three are similar to that of the runner nature, runner structures nature. Slender lateral branches. Slender lateral branches arises from the base of the stem. Arises from the base of the stem. Grow aerially and arc downs. When it grow, and also it comes downs It touches the ground and produces a new plant. Similar to that of the first one. So example has given as a mint. So you must know three things is the first one is called as runner, stolen, and sucker. Corresponding example only you must note it down. Very, very important. Mostly they asked in the which one you know the match the following questions. See here, this is the sucker. This is a sucker. Scales and leaves already you know, but something but the scales. It means there is a growth of the horizontal manner and followed by a what is that? It produces correspondingly when it touches the ground. There is some advantageous roots also produce. So sucker present, which one you know advantage? Any part of the plant body, the roots are originated. That root is called as advantageous root. What are the difference between main root as well as the advantageous roots? Main roots originated from the where you know the radicle of the plant. Which one is the radicle of the plant? But advantageous root mean it's any part of the plant body. Any part of the plant body means whether it may be a axillary bud and root, petiole, and somewhere else. Okay, such type of roots are called as advantageous. Take an examples. Banyan tree. Okay, the banyan tree. There are so many advantageous roots also produced from the stem. Okay. What is the next one? Offset. It is also another important. What is that? A stem modification. So see here, offset is a modification of stem in which the lateral branches with the short internode. This is very, very important. Short internode means this one is called a short internode. Likewise, and each node bearing a roster of leaves. This is called as roster leaves. The bunch of leaves we may call as a bunch of leaves, but it's also present in the upper part of the lake or pond, whatever it may be. It can be easily floating on the surface of the water, just like that. What is the main purpose of this one? You know, because the presence of aerenchyma. Okay, the aerenchyma filled with the air. That's why it has a buoyancy nature. It can be easily floating on the surface of the water. Okay, but they are having the so many roots here. See, they are one internode long runner that occur in the some aquatic plant. Here, for example, Eichhornia and Pistia. This one is called as Pistia. Eichhornia is also one of a what is that? Aquatic plant. It is similar to that of the which one you know Pistia. But what are the difference between other plant compared to this one? Anybody else? Mr. Armuga Shankar? Armuga Shankar. What are the difference between this normal plant as well as this plant? Offset.
So offsets are
Okay.
grow in water.
Grow in water. What about this
Lake ponds.
this structure? Here root tip is present or not? Here.
Present, sir.
Present. See here?
Sir.
Just see here? Are you sure the root tip is present here?
Sir, your voice is dragging, sir.
Okay. Now now you can hear my voice clearly. Can you? Okay. Okay. Just leave it. Okay. See here, there are so many roots are there. There are bunch of roots are here, but here there is no root tip. Once again, repeat for you. There is no root tip. So instead of root tip, there is a root packet is there. Once again, root tip is not here. Instead of root tip, there is a root packet. Okay, just understand. It is also asked so many times in NEET questions. They were asked, so Pistia root tips present or absent. It is also asked so many times in the assessment reasoning. Okay. So once again, repeat for you. Offset. Offset is a modification of stem in which the lateral branches with short internode, and each node bearing a roster of leaves. Roster of leaves. Take an example. This one is called as roster of leaves. and also made up of parenchyma. The parenchyma is filled with that is parenchyma filled with the air. That's why it is called as parenchyma. Okay, and tuft of roots. This is called as tuft of roots, and also with the what is that? Root packet, not here, the root tip. Root is also fixed with the root packet. Okay, go to the next one. See that these are the aerial modification. Yeah, already we studied aerial modification. Okay, just what are the example? This is called as pillow cloud. Pillow cloud example has given here opensia, kilodode, asparagus, thorns, already you know board. Taken examples of rose, tendrils. It's a main plant. Okay, it is a main plant. This is called as a what is that? Lateral branches, otherwise called as leaf. And leaf attached with this main stem is called as petiole. In between the petiole as well as a stem, there is a space is there that is called as axillary. Okay, the axillary bud grow into a tendril. Okay, the axillary bud is sometimes it may be modified in the form of tendril. Sometimes root tip. For example, there is a root tip is there. Take an examples of pumpkin. Okay, the shoot tips also modified in the form of tendrils. Okay, these are the modification of the what is that? Aerial modification of the stem. Okay, sometimes they may ask. Take an example of grapevine. Grapevine means no very but grapes. There is also a that plant also having the modification of tendril. Okay, for the next one. So these are the things already we discussed. What are the things already discussed in the before slides here shown collectively. Okay, so what is the next one? Next, very important thing. First one is what is that? Root finished. Second one is called as stem. What are the stem is that? Already we discussed one by one. And then third part only is called as leaves. Already you know verbal. What is meant by leaves? Leaves is a green part of the lateral growth of the plant. It is essential for the photosynthesis of the plant and produce what is that? Energy conversion process. Energy conversion means already you know about light energy converted into chemical energy. Okay, it traps the light energy and produces starch molecules and also store in different part of the plant. Already you know very about. Okay, here the leaves also what is that? Used for the vegetative propagations. Leaves of many plants having advantageous buds. All are having advantageous buds only. Help in vegetative propagations. For examples, Becnonia and Bryobulum and also Adiatum. Okay, this is called as horse tail. The Adiatum is also called as what is that you know horse tail is mostly present in the aquatic plant. Bryobulum similar to that of the which one you know leaf, but leaves margin they are having so many what is that advantageous buds. When the advantageous buds detach from the parent plant, what happen you know in favorable condition it grows a new plant. Okay, see the slide. I think this is the structure. This is called as a what is that Bryobulum parent plant like that. The margin of the leaves. See that the margin of the leaves, there are so many advantages bud is a small bud, but they have given as a completely growth. Okay, grown one. Okay, here the small bud is the small bud grow and also produce a advantageous root as well as the advantageous buds grow into a plantlets like that, you know. After a particular stage, it is detached from the parent. It is detached from the parent. Take an example. This one is small one. These three are small one. Compared to these three, this one is slightly higher. And what about this one is completely higher than that of the others. Okay. So when it detaches from the parent, it grows a new plant like this. Again, it also undergoes the vegetative propagation for further process. Okay. So they ask the questions. Advantageous buds arises from the notches. These are all are called as notches. Okay. Present at the margin of the leaves of Bryobulum. Okay. So this is also an example of what is a leaf. Leaf also used as a. And then next one is called as bulbils. It is also one of the vegetative propagation process. Okay, the bulbil is a small young plant that is reproduced vegetatively from axillary bud. There, advantageous bud, but here there is a axillary bud. Already we discussed what is meant by axillary bud means the main stem is there, followed by the branches of leaf. The branches of leaf is also attached with the petiole. In between the petiole and the main stem, there is a space is there. That space is called as what is that? Axillary bud. The axillary bud grow into a bulbils. So buds on the parent plant stem or in the place of a flower or on an inflorescence. Sometimes it may be. Excuse me. Okay. In plants such as agave, once again, sorry. Here the parent plant stem or in place of flowers on an inflorescence. In between the branches, what I mean, there is no axillary bud not only present. The buds may be developed into a small branches. Sometimes it may be a, what is that? Flower, whether it may be axillary or axillary flowers only. Okay. And another one is called as inflorescence. Inflorescence means, more than one flower attached in a single rachis. That is called as inflorescence. Likewise, the axillary buds develop into whether it may be a stem, flower, or inflorescence. Okay. Likewise, another point in plants such as agave, wild yam, and pineapple, and discoria, lily, and axalis. This example you must note it down. Very, 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 very important. A small fleshy bud called as bulbils. You may call as any one of the plant. What are the plant? Agave, wild yam, and also pineapple, and also axalis and the lily. There is a fleshy bud present in it. The fleshy bud is grow into a entire plant by the process called as propagation. Okay, that bud is called as what is that? Bulbils. They ask the questions as the following: bulbils. The bulbils develop near the flowers, leaf axil, and the tubers, root, and gives rise to a new plant. This is the structure of what is that? You see, there are so many fleshy bud is there. Okay, here the fleshy bud is very, very important. The fleshy bud is a people's. It is arises from where roots or flower, leaf axil, and tubers also. Okay, what is the next one? Durian. Durian is also one of the vegetative parts. It is mostly present in the aquatic plant. Okay, it is also one of the aquatic plant. Same, but here there is a axillary bud and fleshy bud is there. But in this category, underground bud. Underground means below the soil. There is a small bud-like structure. Is that bud grow into an entire plant. See, a durian. From Latin, durian means shoot. It's a type of a bud that is capable of growing into a complete plant. Okay, the bud develop into the complete plant, but it is present in the lower part of the ground. That's why it is considered underground like that. Okay, so that is called as underground bud. Okay, these are the fleshy buds that develop into aquatic plants for propagation as well as a perenniation. For example, Pomatogian and Utricularia. These are the two examples for durians. You must note it on. This is also very, very important for match the following. Durian, Pomatogens, Giton, and also Utricularia. Utricularia, the structure I will show you on the next slide. See that. It is a ball-like structure. It is also one of the aquatic. It's mostly floating on the surface of the water. It is floating on, and also it is also called as Insectivorus plant. It is very, very important things. Insectivorus plant. See that this one. Utricularia, otherwise called as bladderworts, and also Insectivorus plant. What is meant by Insectivorus? Why it is called as Insectivorus plant?
It eats insects.
Because pardon pa?
So it eats insects.
Why it eats insects? Anybody? Why it eats insects? Anybody else idea? Because I will answer you. Okay, because they will grow only in the lack of nitrogen. Due to the lack of nitrogen, okay, that type of soils, take an example, say, marshy habitat plants. Marshy habitat, it is also one of the marshy habitat, mostly present inside the water only. Take an example, so Nagapattinam district, Kodekarai, like that, that area, these plants mostly present in it. Okay, so they cannot get essential nitrogen. This area, the soils, the lack of nitrogen, so that trap the insects and digest the protein molecule and completely separate the molecule from it in the form of amino acids. The amino acids further divided and degraded to give nitrogen and hydrogen. The nitrogen was utilized by the plant. That's why it is called as, what is that? Insectivorous plant. So many insectivorous plant is that, okay, sundew, okay, and also another one is called as and Nepenthes. Okay, these are the examples of which one, insectivorous plants. They ask the questions. But in this one, what is that? Aquatic plant. The leaf is modified in the form of, what is that? Bladder. What is the meaning of bladder? You just take an examples of football. Inside there is a, what is that? Bladder is there. The bladder, what is happening? It's filled with the air. Likewise, it is also filled with the air. It can be easily floating on the surface of the water. Okay, so bladder words, example, Utricularia. Sometimes they ask the questions from this area also. So next one is called as, you must have here about the scourge of the water bodies or about the terror of Bengal. What is the meaning of terror of Bengal? What is the meaning of terror of Bengal? Which plant? This is also so many times they were asked in the NEET question, original papers. The terror Bengals, West Bengal. Okay, the plant name is called as, what is that? Water hyacinth. Okay, the water hyacinth. This is nothing but the aquatic plant, water hyacinth, which is one of the most invasive weed. What is the meaning of invasive weed? Invasive means, what is it? It is comes from the other country. Invasive means invaded inside in our country. And one of the invasive weeds also, nowadays there is one of the big problem is there. Anybody else? Anybody else? Very complicated also. Very complicated in nature. Nowadays we are facing so many problems due to this type of weeds. Anybody, my dear students?
So no fish in the water, so fishes are dying, no oxygen.
Okay, I understood. What I'm asking, invasive weed, one of the invasive weed is also creating problem in our country. You know which one? Which one? Parthenia, isn't it? Parthenia is also one of the, what is that? Invasive weeds. It's creating so many problems. It comes from where, and I think it comes along with the wheat. Okay, it's one of the dust particle. We throw it out. What happens? Automatically it grow. Okay, and due to the favorable conditions throughout the India, it's spread out. So it's a very important weed. Okay, found growing whatever there is a standing water, that is called as maximum. The water hyacinth is mostly present in the bond. Stagnant water is there, no? That area it will be easily grow. Okay, as a result, what happened? Completely water bed covered by the plant. As a result, what happened? The completely oxygen, it drains oxygen from the water. Okay, that water completely absorbed by plant. As a result, what happened? The BOD is created. What is the meaning of BOD? Means biological oxygen demand. So as a result, what happened? The recurrent oxygen it will not survive. It will not get it from the aquatic animals. As a result, which lead to the death of the fishes. Lead to the death of the fishes. Due to this, what happened? No, it emits the unpleasant odor. That condition is called as eutrophication. These two things, 4 points, very, very important. One more thing is that, my dear students, you must note it down. What are the black letters is there? What are the chart is there? What are the diagram? These are all very, very notable. Okay, just you listen carefully. Here, what is my terror of Bengal? Give an example. What are hyacinths? Okay, where it present? It mostly present in the bond. Okay, what is the main symptom? That is a drain of oxygen from the water molecule that create the biological oxygen demands for the aquatic animals. As a result, the complete oxygen utilized by the plant. So the water, its lack of oxygen. As a result, the aquatic animal, they will not get what is that enough oxygen molecules, lead to death. So due to the death of what is that animals or whatever in aquatic animal or fishes, whatever it may be, it will emit the unpleasant odor. That condition is called as eutrophication. You note it down this point also. We take down notes also, very, very important. Okay. Next, these are the things. These are the things. These are all are considered getting known as artificial or natural. Above studied are called as what is the natural, okay, vegetative propagations. Next one is another one, artificial method of vegetative reproduction. It's otherwise called as man-made. It is otherwise called as man-made. Here, the artificial method of vegetative reproduction also divided into 3. One is called as cutting, another one is called as layering, third one is called as grafting. These are the 3 methodology were used for the vegetative propagation of the plant. Okay, see one by one. First one is called as cutting. Okay, cutting means what is that? Cutting is the most common method of vegetative propagation. It is the most common method. Yes, ma'am. Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Solunga, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you. Okay, students. So the natural, artificial, what is that? Artificial. We'll discuss in the next classes. Okay. Before that, we summarize the portion. What are the things already we discussed? See that? See, what are the things? First one is called as what is that? Natural vegetative propagation, particularly as the root and stem. Already root given examples, you know, Dahlia, and also another things is also the stem means, you know, underground stem modification, subaerial, and also the what are the things is there, and aerial stem is also there, leaves and bulbils, and also 3 ends. Okay, these are the things already we discussed. Okay, that aerial pod means, you know, what are the aerial pod is there, what are the underground stem modification, bulb, corn, and rhizomes. And then second one is what is that? Subaerial modification, runner, sucker, stolon, offset. And the third one is called as what is that? Aerial modification, tendril, thorn, pilloclode, cladode, and also tendrils. Okay, and what are the things already discussed? First, you should know what are the examples, what are the modification, what are the example, what are the main part of the plant body. You must note it down and go through the lesson. Okay, each and every day, and underline the word which one is having the block letters. Okay, that things you must note it down, then only it will be better for your examination. Okay, students, thanks for the participation. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Remaining things we will see on the next classes. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, ma'am.